The law meant to stop physical clashes in the Assembly is the National Assembly Advancement Act. There were so many clashes that they even made a law to advance the Assembly. Yet the lawmakers who broke that law were allowed to keep their seats. Now, let's talk with reporter Kim Do-hyung about how the related Democratic Party cases are proceeding. Kim, there was some confusion when this story broke. Some outlets reported they'd lose their seats. Why was that?
As you said, there were several inaccurate reports after the ruling. Some media even reported that Na Kyung-woon had lost her seat. Even Representative Park Joo-min of the Democratic Party of Korea, who is a lawyer, posted on social media calling it a just outcome. As confusion grew, the court rushed to clarify that the reports were false.
It can indeed be confusing. Under the Assembly Act, fines over 5 million won mean losing a seat. But some reports say it's 1 million won. Why the difference?
That confusion comes from the fact that the disqualification thresholds differ depending on the law applied. For Election Act or political fund violations, fines over 1 million won void the election. For obstruction of special public duty, only prison-level sentences apply. Under the Assembly Act, fines must exceed 5 million won to void a seat. In today's ruling, the charge of obstructing a special public official resulted in fines. And Assembly Act fines stayed under 4 million won, so they kept their seats.
So obstruction normally carries prison time, but they all got fines. And Assembly Act fines stayed under 5 million won. So why did the court find them guilty, yet still allow them to keep their seats?
Yes, we can point to a couple of the court's main reasons. First, the opposition lawmakers may have believed the push for the CIO bill and election reform was unconstitutional.
The so-called linkage-based proportional representation system and the Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials, pushed through by political collusion, are essentially attempts to dismantle the separation of powers.
The court pointed out that 4 of 9 constitutional justices had also judged it unconstitutional. It also noted that voters had already judged them through recent elections. The court said the root cause was an immature parliamentary culture. In short, the court was saying political problems should be solved politically.
So what about each party? For the People Power Party, does this ruling ease their so-called judicial risk?
The People Power Party holds 107 seats, and 6 of its incumbent lawmakers were facing trial in this case. Their 100-seat constitutional veto line could have been at risk. This ruling, to some extent, has allowed them to breathe a sigh of relief.
This ruling affects both the People Power Party and the Democratic Party. Are any incumbent lawmakers involved?
Yes, some Democratic incumbents are also on trial. Representatives Park Byung-ki and Park Joo-min are currently being tried in the same court on joint assault charges. The final hearing is on the 28th, and a ruling is expected by early next year.
We'll have to watch for the results. Thank you, Kim Do-hyung.